Hello everyone and welcome to Movie Review UK. My name is Michael Jamieson and today we're going to be reviewing The Hateful Eight. This is apparently the eighth film by Quentin Tarantino. Now, I was actually counting this with a friend at work and I was somewhat surprised because Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, Kill Bill Volume 1, Kill Bill Volume 2, Death Proof, Inglourious Bastards, Django Unchained, Hateful Eight. So I count 9, so either he counts Kill Bill as one film, or he counts Death Proof as not being a film because it was a film in a double pack. But, I mean, in my eyes, that's still a film. I don't know. But hey, this is the self-proclaimed 8th film by Quentin Tarantino. Headlining it are Kurt Russell, Samuel L. Jackson, racist, say the white person first, try that again. Headlining it are Samuel L. Jackson, Kurt Russell, and other actors including Tim Roth and Michael Madsen, I believe is his name. Filmly ignorant. Channing Tatum also pops up, which is interesting to note. And yeah, what is this film? It's pretty goddamn awesome actually, I really enjoyed it. It's worth pointing out straight off the bat that it's very long. It's 2 hours and 47 minutes, which I think is one of his longer films. Longer or longest, I'm reasonably confident in saying. But does it feel too long? Not really, no. I mean, I definitely felt its length, but no, it's very enjoyable. I mean, it's a Quentin Tarantino film, so you know the dialogue is always going to be just completely and utterly fantastic, and this film is no exception. It's got plenty of humour, very amusing, and plenty of violence as well. It's rather graphic in scenes. I was also quite surprised by the film. Really, it only has 2 locations, and that is in a carriage, in like a horse-drawn carriage, and then in this, I don't even know what to call it, because in the film it's called something that I suppose I don't really want to spoil, but it's kind of like a cafe, pub, public house, gathering-y, social building place. So basically the film is about a couple of bounty hunters who basically bring in a woman to be killed, and then things happen from there. Now, this is going to be a spoiler-free review because there are actually some quite heavy spoilers that you could drop when reviewing this movie. So I'm just gonna say that the story itself unwinds and it has non-linear aspects, which I really enjoyed. The film is very exciting all throughout, as I say, because the dialogue is always so good. It's always enjoyable to watch, and it's shot in this ultra widescreen format, 70mm, I believe the technical experts call it. And if they don't call it that, then that just proves that I am not a technical expert. But visually, the film does look stunning. The locations are very strong. There's lots of snow, great sound as well, and great soundtrack. It's often windy and cold in the coldness outside that you can even hear, you know, with the weathering against the weather. Samuel L. Jackson's character is tremendous. It's probably fair to say that he's the main character, and the story is told largely from his perspective. There's also a lot of interesting things because these characters that we're introduced to, all of which are very strong, I should add. Particularly Tim Roth's character, who whenever he kind of said a line of dialogue, he almost stole the scene a little bit. And yeah, these are all very interesting characters, and we as the viewer don't really trust any of them. There's a lot of lies spinning around, and we don't know who to trust. There's kind of an element of whodunit in certain situations. And yeah, it's just got that intrigue and tenseness and the snappy, razor-sharp coolness that you would kind of expect from a Quentin Tarantino film, along with the typical traits such as the violence. So it is thoroughly enjoyable. It's not my favourite of his films, but I'm chuffed that he made it, because of course there was this controversy, or controversial nature, surrounding I believe it was a leaking of the script, and at one stage I think he was just going to do a stage show with it, or not a stage show, a stage reading, which I believe did happen, and then decided not to make the movie, which would have been really sad, because it is one of his more unique movies. And yeah, thoroughly enjoyable. Thoroughly enjoyable. Great mix of violence, humour, drama, high tenseness, character building, banter, and yeah, just thoroughly enjoyable. So set aside 3 hours, definitely worth a watch. I would give the movie 8 out of 10. What did you think of the movie, guys? We'd always be pleasureful and gratitude giving when you comment in the comment section below, because we want to interact with you and see what you think as well. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more videos.